and welcome to episode 529 of the Flight Sim Historian. For this episode, we're going to be taking a quick look at the Sud Aviation Caravelle. The Caravelle is a French regional jet airliner, the first such aircraft in the world to see service. It was first flown on the 27th of May of 1955 and introduced into service on the 26th of April of 1959 with Scandinavian Airlines. The last examples were retired from service in 2005. 282 were built between 1955 and 1972. It was the first airliner to have the engines mounted on the aft fuselage, which is a design characteristic that is carried over into most modern regional airliners, in terms of jet airliners anyway. Variants included the Caravelle 1, Caravelle 1A, Caravelle 3, Caravelle 6N, Caravelle 6R, and a number of others. Civil operators included Air Algérie from Algeria, Aerolíneas Argentinas from Argentina, Austrian Airlines of Austria, Sabena of Belgium, Sobelair of Belgium, Air Burundi of Burundi, Finnair of Finland, Air France of France, Air Inter of France, Royal Air Maroc of Morocco, TAP Air Portugal of Portugal, Iberia of Spain, Swiss Air of Switzerland, Tunis Air of Tunisia, and United Airlines, the only American airline customer of the Caravelle. There were also a number of other airlines that operated the aircraft. Military operators of the Caravelle included Algeria, Argentina, France, Gabon, Rwanda, Senegal, the Central African Republic, Chad, Mauritania, Mexico, Sweden, and Yugoslavia. The worst accident involving a Caravelle was on the 14th of March of 1972, when Sterling Airways Flight 296 crashed due to pilot error, killing 106 passengers and 6 crew. Caravelles can be found on museum display in France, Norway, Finland, the Netherlands, Denmark, Belgium, Serbia, Sweden, Turkey, and the U.S. state of Arizona. They can be seen in movies such as 1966's Living It Up, 1964's The Counterfeit Constable, 1966's The Almost Perfect Crime, 1964's Backfire, 1973's The Deadly Triangle, 1974's While There's War, There's Hope, 1965's The Hour of Truth, 1960's The Bear, 1973's Day for Night, 1967's The Viscount, 1960's Trapped by Fear, 1967's Martha, 1969's The Last Witness, and 1968's One Fine Day, among a number of others. The aircraft is typically powered by a pair of Rolls-Royce Avon axial flow turbojet engines with power outputs of up to 11,400 pounds of thrust each, giving the aircraft a maximum speed of 500 miles per hour or 440 knots, with a range of up to 1,100 miles and a service ceiling of 39,000 feet. For the purpose of the video today, we are in X-Plane 11 and we are flying this freeware Sud Caravelle. So without further ado, let's hop in the cockpit and let's get this show on the road. Flaps are down full. Gear is down.
Sync rate, 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 pull up, pull up, pull up, sync rate, 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 sync rate.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. 10. 10.
Well, folks, that concludes episode number 529 of the Flight Sim Historian, featuring the Sud Caravelle.